on. I'm hoping these things are working right now. I have two different sounds going in my microphone. So still working this out, the different platforms, but I'm doing an evening edition. One, because I'm actually home, and two, I think we're going to get just a little more interaction here in the evening. And I really would like to get some interaction on today's podcast. Today's podcast, I really think this is a significant one. It's kind of important right now in what's going on with the coronavirus, COVID-19, and opening everything up, open the economy and all that stuff. So basically, the topic of today's podcast is, how do you feel about gyms opening up with COVID being so active? So we're gonna jump into that a little bit later. Let me just go ahead and tell you what's going on. I got a lot going on as this podcast is happening. Number one, you guys can watch this live. You can watch this live three different ways. You can either go to Facebook, to the MF Fitness Podcast page, and we're live on Facebook right now. You can go to the MF Fitness Podcast YouTube channel and watch it live there. Or you can go to the Instagram MF Fitness Podcast Instagram. Now, I will say on the Instagram side of it, you're going to see a green screen behind me. It's literally just green. On Facebook and on Instagram, you're going to see the cool graphics I have behind me. So it's probably a little bit more entertaining to watch it on Facebook and on YouTube. So that way you can kind of see all the things that I got going on. Now, if you can't watch it, that's totally fine. You can still listen to it live, and you can listen to it live on the Speaker podcast app. And if you can't listen to it or watch it live, you can always listen to this later on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Play, just all the platforms that actually host different podcasts. We changed the format up about 2-3 months ago. It used to be called the Myler Flex Podcast. Things kind of changed. So now we call the MF Fitness Podcast. MF stand for Myler Flex. Just had to change a few things up in how this podcast was running. But now we have all these new things happening. So you guys can watch live. You can interact in all these different ways. I would love for you guys to interact on the YouTube channel or on the Facebook channel, because I can see your guys' comments. I can see all that stuff as this is going on. See right here, we got Robert Miller right here. He's saying, open up, open up, open up, open up. So if you guys are watching, he's over on Facebook right now, and he just commented. You want or not to that part ran correctly with the Wi-Fi at the house. And I'm actually in the garage too. There's this fly around me. I set up everything in the garage. So still trying to get good Wi-Fi out here. But anyways, back to what I was talking about, what I've been doing, especially after they announced that the gyms can open up on May 18th. I have been really trying to figure out what we got to do. What are the steps? Really circulating back with all the trainers that were working there, and just kind of figuring, okay, what do we need to do to make this happen and stay under all the guidelines and all that. So been doing that. If you guys have been listening and following before, I also have started into, still working the details out, but started into kind of the boat business and restoring boats and flipping and selling. I do know here in Texas it's a little bit harder than other states, so and I've learned that the hard way, but that's okay. That's the good thing. We learn, we move on, we grow, and we keep going. So yeah, kind of getting into that outside of the whole fitness game. I've kind of realized that I like to do a lot of stuff during this 2 months that we've been off. So, I love basketball, I love fitness and all that, but I really like a lot of things and I like to be active. I like to keep doing. So, that's something that I've enjoyed. I've enjoyed getting these boats, wheeling and dealing the boats and flipping them and trying to, make something, a good product that people can go out there and enjoy later on. So, that's been another thing that I've been doing. Like, see, Mother's Day was last weekend. Happy delayed Mother's Day to all you. I hope you had a great weekend. And this weekend coming up is my wife and I's 5th anniversary. Still trying to figure out what we're going to do. Try to figure out, do we want to actually go out and be in the middle of everybody, or do we still want to kind of keep our distance? So we're still trying to figure all that out. But anyways, let me go ahead. And if you are listening on the speaker app, you guys get to hear all my sound effects. You guys get to hear all the music and all that good stuff. If you're watching me on Instagram, YouTube, or Facebook, unfortunately, you don't get to hear all that stuff, but you do get to watch and you do get to interact. So let me go ahead and pause for a sponsor. Okay, you know what time it is. What the Fitness. And I think it's pretty easy to tell what is going on. What is the big news and What the Fitness this week? And it is May 18th. Gyms get to open up. So that's kind of the big news. We're going to elaborate on that here in a little bit. But yeah, that's really the news. It's really interesting. I've read a lot of articles today on 24-hour fitness, what they're going to do. What I talked about last week about how Gold's Gym ended up filing for bankruptcy. And, I've been watching all these other gyms, seeing what are they doing? How are they handling it financially? A lot of gyms have shut down. Unfortunately, it's a bad time right now. I've been very fortunate and lucky that I am able to work some deals out, and the members of my gym have been amazing, and still allowing us to do what we need to do to stay open, and them understanding that I am going to take care of them later on. But right now, we got to do what we got to do to stay open. So, that's the big news. And that's what we're going to be talking about here in a little bit. Okay. So as you guys know, there's been a lot of fundraisers. There's been a lot of fundraisers for the homeless and people that can't get food, and people, it's been all over the board, even for comedians. They held a big fundraiser for the comedians because they don't have jobs no more. They can't go perform. They're DJs that, who am I trying to think of? Oh, Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne did a big fundraiser for DJs because they're out of work now. And so they're trying to survive and all that good stuff. Guys, comment. Don't forget to comment. So that way I can answer some questions and we can get a little bit more interaction going on up here. So anyway, yeah, that's been a big thing. Just a lot of different fundraisers. The All In Challenge. I follow a guy, Gary V, listen to him every day, and he was part of the two people that really headed the All In Challenge. And you're seeing all these celebrities do some crazy things for the All In Challenge. That's been really cool. And then there was a big COVID-19 fundraiser that I think was through like YouTube, and all the performers perform live acts and everything. So today, let me go ahead and let me get the right there, the sound effect for beat of the week. So today I thought I would play a song. It's not necessarily normally when I play my beat of the weeks and everything, they're a hype song. There's something that just kind of gets you going, get you ready for the gym. Um, the song today isn't necessarily a headbanger. Okay. This song was actually performed by One Republic. And let me make sure we get everything here. It's a song by One Republic called Better Days. And they performed this for one of the COVID-19 fundraisers. And why don't you guys just go ahead and listen to this? One thing that we can agree on, that it is real and it has affected people's lives. We can expand in different directions, and we will here in a little bit, but it is real. And the one thing that we truly do want is we do want better days, and better days are going to come in front of us, and we will have hope, and things will turn around for us. So anyways, I want to stop yapping my gums. Unfortunately, again, if you're watching live, you will not hear this. So you're going to be watching for 3 minutes of me sitting here. If you have questions, go ahead and hit them up. But anyways, go ahead, enjoy Better Days right here by One Republic. All right. All right. We're back. So that was Better Days by One Republic. Let me make sure that we've got everything still rolling, rocking, and rolling. Okay. All right. Good. We got video going. I see right here somebody says they can't hear me on Facebook. Just make sure I paused because on my podcast, I was playing the Beat of the Week song. So you might have just been seeing that. I wasn't talking just yet. If not, then maybe go over YouTube. Maybe you can hear me there. So anyways, let's talk about the topic for today. It's a hot topic. I mean, it is a hot topic. And the topic is, how do you feel about gyms opening up right now with COVID, coronavirus being so active? This goes all over the place. Now, first of all, I want to state for myself, for people that may not even know who I am, that's never really spoken to me or really know my feelings on everything, let me go ahead and tell you this. I am the person that pretty much calls it straightforward and as fair as can be. Okay. I don't care who you are. I don't care what side you're on. I will call you if you're wrong and I'll call you if you're right. And I pretty much, I'm kind of a middle person because I like to have that authority. I like to be able to not one side is 100% correct. Not one side is 100% wrong either. And I really try to take a true educated expression of everybody. I listen to everything, even the things I don't want to listen to, I go listen to it because you know what? There might be one thing there that makes me go, all right. I see that. I can agree with that. I am not a person that is so hell bent on supporting one thing or another. So with that being said, I love to see your guys' comments and talking. And I don't want there to be this whole battle. I want there to be everybody to just listen to each other. And there's got to be a good common ground in all this. Now, I think I do have a little bit bigger voice because I am a gym owner. I am a small business owner. Okay. So I have felt the effects financially. I've felt the heat of possibly losing my gym, if there weren't things that I could make happen. And, yes, there are people out there that have lost jobs and all that. And all of it sucks. There's people that have lost family members, death and all that. It's freaking, all that's horrible. And we could go into a whole rabbit hole of, okay, did somebody invent this virus? Okay. Is there a spread? Did China send out 100,000 people or 1,000 people, whatever it is, that were affected to go spread it all over the world? Did Donald Trump act fast enough? Like, we can go into all that stuff, but really at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because it's already happened. Okay. It's happened and we have to focus on now. We have to focus on now and what we're doing and what we can prepare for the future for the best reasons. I'm going to go ahead. We missed a couple comments here. I'll get them once we dive into this. So anyways, now let me talk to, I don't know what, I think the restrictions are the same across the board for all the states for gyms, but let me go ahead and recap what they are. So gyms can only be at 25% capacity. So my gym, my occupancy is 177 people. So I'm about 45 people. That's my capacity that I can have in the gym at one time. The locker rooms are to be closed. The showers are to be closed. So nobody can use those. Also, everybody must wear full fingered covered gloves, whether if they're weightlifting gloves, the throwaway nylon gloves, whatever, they have to cover their fingers. Do you have to wear a mask? No, you don't have to wear a mask. That's totally up to you. Let's see. And then also you have to try to abide to the 6 foot rule. So even at my gym, with some of the treadmills, we've got treadmills that are very close. So it's probably going to be every other treadmill that can be used, every other elliptical that can be used. So it's going to be, let me tell you, it's not going to be an easy task when we open up on Monday. It's going to be difficult. 45 people, which usually I can say that's pushing it with my gym. With the gym being open 24/7, I think that's where I'm going to have the biggest difficulty kind of running everything and making sure everybody is doing what they need to do. But, again, like I was saying, COVID is real. And people can say that this is the biggest power play in the world. I'm not going down that route. I think that it's just a waste of time to talk about that. We're too worried about this, that, and the other, and elections and all that stuff that I could care less, honestly. What I care about is making sure that we're doing the right things for the future, not just for right now. We can go ahead and open up the floodgates. So it's either going to go one of two ways. It's either one, we're going to open up the floodgates, open up the economy, open up business like usual. In Dallas right now, we are averaging 250 new cases a day. Okay. So, there's 1.3 million people in Dallas. So if you're looking at it like a basketball term and you're looking at it like a shooting percentage, it's pretty damn low. It'll take about 5 years for everybody to get infected. So it's pretty low. Fauci today came out and said that even though the numbers are going to decline during the summertime, they're going to rapidly increase in other areas in South Africa, Argentina, just all these other areas here shortly, that we will never, ever, ever be virus free of this. And then once we open up global traveling and people are going to all these places, it's going to come back to the United States. So there's going to be this cycle. So I understand that we're looking for different medications, vaccines, that type of deal to hopefully combat this and beat it. It's a very, very weird virus. It's not something that we've seen before. It's in what's scary about it is the whole the time. There's a 14-day incubation period, but that doesn't start until you have it. But you may have it for 2 weeks before that, and you've spoke and touched and all this stuff. So we got the one way that we can open up the floodgates and the economy is going to boost, and we're going to see the Dow and all that stuff just skyrocket because people are out there spending money again. But give it about 3-4 weeks. Who's to say that this isn't going to be worse than what it was when it started in February, in March? I'm playing devil's advocate. I want people to think. So if we're still shut down for a little bit and we really get the numbers down, and then we start putting our focus on global travel, really maintaining who's coming in and out of our country, not saying that they can't come in, but really giving them a true 14-day quarantine time, seeing if they have the virus, testing every single person that comes off a plane. If they do open up cruise ships and if they are able to make it, we've got to get a lot more stricter there. I understand the economy is going to take a nosedive if we hold out another 30 days. But guys, it's going to come back. We as a whole are way smarter now than we were during the Depression. We have so much opportunity now to get the economy to bounce back quickly. But at the end of the day, this is a virus. And there's nothing that you or I can do, as of right now. We have to wait on smarter people out there to come up with a medicine, a vaccine, and that type of deal. I'm going to go ahead, get a couple comments up here on the screen. Robert says, what precautions can you see gyms being able to make without implementing or impending safety and gains at the same time? I actually got a picture of a gym. I think it looked like maybe a Lifetime Fitness gym, and they actually have like these clear walls in between each of the treadmills, and it makes it such a weird environment to be in, but they got these clear barriers, hard plastic barriers. They look nice. And when they did a good job, it wasn't just like plastic that you see at some of these stores that they had to just get something up there. They look nice, but yeah, I mean, I think this is really going to affect and change a lot of things. I mean, here at my gym at Next Rep Fitness in Dallas, we're going to be running these humidifiers that are going to be killing the viruses in the air, and we are constantly wiping things down. We're going to stick to the protocol that the city and state is telling us to do, all that good stuff. But I'm also at the same time, when we open up, I'm going to keep even a closer eye on the numbers that are going on. I was watching a live video from a CrossFit gym here in Dallas, CrossFit Big D. And even though we are allowed to open up on May 18th, they are deciding to wait 2 more weeks and opening up June 1st instead. And, not everybody can do that. Not everybody can do that. I am to a point where I've had too many members, or to the point where they're like, Cody, either we got to open up or I can't, because here's what we're doing with my gym. Everybody's been paying their monthly dues. It's a $28 membership. And so everybody's been paying. I told them up front when this all started, we closed down on St. Patty's Day. And I told everybody from the get-go, I said, here's what's going to happen. We are going to open up. And then once we open up, there is going to be an actual refund policy that's going on for everybody. Okay. There will be a refund policy. And fortunately, with everybody that I've had, they've been really cool about it. And they've actually said, don't worry about the refund. Just it's okay. It's okay. And so that's how, if we didn't still run drafts for memberships, my gym would not be open. And that's just the truth of it all. So it's really interesting to see. We got another comment. We got Brandon Bain in the house. What's up? He says, I say open up as normal. If people want to wear a mask or whatever, that's their choice. I know it's not a requirement for customers to wear them anymore. And yeah, it's not a requirement. And yeah, guys, I'm going to be very cautious still. I'm going to be very cautious. It's not that I 100% agree that I think we should open up everything. I think on a financial side for everybody, okay. I think for a health side, no, not at all. Not even close. I don't think it is at all. And yeah, it's a tough, we are as a nation, as a world, this is a tough, sticky thing. And we can go into all the, theories out there and all that. Again, it's real. I saw a father, 53 years old, in New York. He was in the hospital. He was dying, had corona. His son, 23 years old, is holding his hand, and he's saying to his dad, he goes, one day we're going to meet. One day we're going to be together in heaven. 16 days later, the son died of corona, 23 years old. Now, one thing that you can say is when you look at the kid, you're like, hold up. He was really obese. And we can see the numbers. Older people or people that have been really obese have been passing away due to this. Also, that they've been finding that 66% of the people right now that are getting it are staying at home. I think a lot of that has to do with a lot of people are literally staying in the house. They're not getting outside. They're not, you need to get outside. You need to let the sunlight hit you. So be active outside, do something. Man, I'm really curious right now because everything just kind of stopped on my end. I hope I don't have to do this podcast all over. I'm kind of worried I might have to. Everything kind of stopped on my end. I don't know. I'm kind of worried that everything has paused on my end, and the sound kind of went down over here. I might have to end up doing this again. I might do this tomorrow. We'll see. I'm going to go back and listen to the playback and see if this worked. But anyways, I'm going to, because it looks like everything went down. I'm going to go ahead and stop this right now. And I might continue this podcast. I might start this thing over. So let me go ahead and end this one. And let me go ahead and check everything out. Okay. And we'll talk to you guys later. Okay. Bye.